Hey everybody, Will Riggs here. Boy, do we have a show for you guys tonight. We're going to be talking to Wally Beaty. We're going to talk about some limited modified racing, some enduro racing, and his trip to Australia, mate. We'll talk about that. And did it back in June, where evidently it's winter in Australia. Weird. But later on in the show, we're going to have Gabriella King, the queen of tuner racing down at Cotton Bowl Speedway. She's going to join the show right about 8 o'clock. And when the hell did domestic violence become an Olympic sport? We'll talk about that for sure. And we have a brand new sponsor, you guys, our friends from Smiley's Racing, with 5 convenient retail locations and 24/7 shopping at smileysracing.com. They can take care of all your racing needs. Now, make sure you smashing that like and share button on your way in. Interact with the show because we're going to give away $25 gift certificate to Smiley's Racing. That's going down tonight on the show at the end of the show. So kick back, pop a Coldie with us, sit back and relax because it's time to go racing in the Dirt Talk Nation.
She was there from the start by his side, and through all the scars and pain he'd hide. He'd work extra hours to make ends meet, dragging to the shop flat dead on his feet. She never dreamed it would be this hard, but nothing comes between a man and his racing car. She said we're gonna be a mile down a dead-end street. When you know tracks like that, you can never be beat. He lose the love, but when top rises, he sits and cries and grease stains in his eyes. There's no other love between a road and a tire. Nothing comes between a man and his racing car.
Oh, sucking now, my man. What the? Is that sweet tea? Drink. What are you doing, dude? Hold up. Let me save our show real quick.
Sorry.
Drinking
I'm trying to
sweet.
say hydrated.
Look, I'm staying hydrated too with some silver bullets, man. Some silver bullets.
I'm trying to stay hydrated for, because I'm racing this weekend.
Oh, that's true. And speaking of this weekend, so you're gonna be racing at RPM, and then Lance and I will be hosting Dirt Talk Nation Race Day live from RPM Speedway, 6 p.m. right here on our channel. So make sure that you guys tune in for that. We welcome everybody into the show. Be sure to smash the like and share button. Get everybody watching, get everybody interacting with the show, because at the end of the night, we're going to actually do a spin, a wheel spin, and we're going to pick a winner tonight for a $25 gift certificate to our brand new friends at Smiley's Racing, which you can see that right there on the middle of the screen. I mean, you're way too close. yeah, right there. And then go clean your fingernails. Jesus, got that
out there working on a race car. Like,
man, scrub under those fingers, bro.
Man, it's working hands.
So I also came up with a top 5 that we need to go over tonight. So to be thinking about it, top 5 breakfast cereals, because I know what mine are. I love cereal. Do you like cereal? Like, cereal is like the great snack. I will cereal up a snack, like, instead of like I love ice cream too. Look, my fat ass loves ice cream, but don't get it twisted. I will have cereal as a dessert all the time, dude. I love cereal. So I have my top 5 written down.
I gotta have cereal for dinner,
dude, all day. I can do it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever. I just love cereal. What's you guys' favorite cereal out there? Well, we got in our comments already. Danny Ferguson, what's up, Danny? And he's at home working out his arm so he can do his whatever he does out there with the flag. He tries to get fancy with it sometimes, and then he catches himself, and then he just waves the flag, But we love Danny. But you guys make sure, like I said, smash the like button, smash the share button, get as many people in here as you can, because we're going to be giving away a gift certificate to our friends at Smiley's Racing. Coming up here in just probably just a few minutes, actually. We're going to have Wally Beaty on. Wally's going to talk about Australia, which it's really weird to find out that in June, when it's 100 degrees in Texas, it's actually wintertime in Australia. Because, when you think of Australia, you think, hey, man, it's like, it's kind of a tropical country, but evidently not.
I figure it's hot over all the time. I don't know why. I always had this assumption that Australia's hot all the time. I didn't know
Like
that.
like the beach. The beach is always, ready to go. You know what I mean? Like that's what I've always figured Australia would be. Kevin Fries says, "What's up, guys? What's up, Kevin? Hey, pull your mic just a little bit closer to you, or lean into it. Get right up on it, man. Like this, like you're just doing like that. Hey, baby, do it again.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah, sounds awesome. That way it's better. That way, because everybody's like, I can barely hear Lance Plant.
Yeah. Well, next
You
week
need
will
to
be
get one of
different.
I need to get one of these, man, that just hooks up and then plugs in. But you have to have a USB. Does it not have a mount like that? Oh, you know what? I'll bring you a mount that screws into the bottom of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to bring you. I have a mount. I have like 200 mounts. Not really 200, but it's in the bottom where the tripod goes in. Yeah. Yep. I got a little thing that'll like where the tripod goes into. I'll bring it to you. I'll bring it to you one Saturday.
Well, next week I will not be available next Thursday.
I guess I'll have to find me a guest host. I'll see if you know what? I'll see if Billy can come on and guest host a show with me next week.
Yeah,
be a good time.
We start school next week, and I'm a part of the transportation department now at Martin's Mills. So I have to be at Meet the Teacher and let all these little kids know what bus they're going to be on. So
that sounds like an exciting job or something.
You want to join me? We could do the live broadcast.
I've said do not, do I? Like, it's funny because I used to be like, man, these guys got these jobs and blah, 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 blah. And then I got my dream job. And now I'm like, man, you guys are suckers.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, not everybody can be an NFL sports writer.
Well, let's see. The time next week is 5:30 to 7. So I might be available. I don't know.
I come in a little late. It's all good.
Late.
But I'll see if Billy can jump on with me. We'll have a little bit of fun with Billy. But in the open there, I talked about. I'm like, when the hell did domestic violence become an Olympic sport? Like, dude, I'll tell you right now, Ike Turner's like, what? Ike Turner would have been a gold medalist in this event, bro. And people go like, well, blah, blah, blah. Dude, XY chromosomes are male only. That's the only thing that connects to.
That's the thing.
XY. Yep. There is no the people who say follow the science. Well, fucking follow the science, bro.
Science.
Yeah. XY.
Male or female. If you're a male,
that's it.
You fight with the males. You don't fight with the females.
Right. And there's a reason why the IBA is like, no, you can't fight females here because you have XY chromosomes. So that's just part of the deal. Whatever, dude. I don't.
Yeah.
It's so weird because I don't want to talk about like stuff that's kind of controversial. But as a girl dad, if I was at an event where my daughter had worked her ass off to be in this boxing event, and then some dude came in there pretending to be a girl and beat the shit out of my kid, they might not make it out of the arena.
They wouldn't make it out of the arena if I was there. I have a girl. She's 15.
It's crazy, right? And like, no matter what she does in life, it's like, it's so weird that we've taken everything away from women. You can't be, it's not Mother's Day anymore. They're birthing people. And I'm like, what the fuck? Right. That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, you're just diminishing, motherhood and women, and then want to cheer and say vote for a person because she's a woman. And I'm like, what? How does that work? Like, you can't have it one way and the other. But
I'm all about equality, and all that. But when it comes to physical,
right,
there's a difference between a man and a woman. A man is a lot stronger.
100%. The biological genetics of a man is far different. But anyway, we digress. Let's not get any deeper into that. Let's talk about some racing, man. We had I had the week off last week from RPM, and I honestly kind of like a lot. Some people don't like when racetracks have off days or off weekends or whatever.
Yeah,
because they want to go every week. And I mean, I get that, but I promise you, as somebody who spends from about 4:30 to 1 a.m. at the racetrack the other 3 Saturdays of the season, that one night a month that I don't have to go to the racetrack and I can just chill, I promise you, it's much needed, and then the guys who race every single week, you're not having to go out there and tear up your car every single week, and you get a week off to kind of woo-saw and enjoy your families and things like that. So I don't mind the week off once a month. Sometimes it's 2. Depending on how because we only race the first 3 Saturdays of the month. So, let's see, we're going to race what's today? The 1st, 2nd, 3rd. We'll race the 3rd, 10th, and 17th.
Yeah.
And then, we don't race again until
the Ronnie Sigmund, I think.
Yeah, the Ronnie Sigmund is September 1st, which is that a Monday? Oh, it's Labor Day. Yeah, Labor Day.
Monday.
Yeah, Labor Day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't mind, dude. That's like almost 2 full weeks of off racing. And it's it's good at this time of year too.
Yeah, it's so hot right now too. I know like Hunt County, they're off the whole week or the whole month of August just because it's so brutal in Texas in August.
Man. So we had old number one Speedway on from Arkansas. Old number one Speedway, we had him on. They closed the entire literally from mid-July to September. But then they have a full race schedule though from September to November.
Right.
So they make up for us. Whereas our season is over September 5th at RPM, there are other tracks like RPM, not RPM, but Hunt County goes a little further into the fall. Heart of Texas goes a little deeper into the fall. Kennedale does, but at RPM we get through Labor Day, and that's enough right there. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I think Rocket races all the way to November. They got some shows in November,
and they do it. And it's I think we're gonna have one in October. I'm waiting on Martin to confirm that, but I think the ASCS Elite class or Elite that we missed earlier in the season. I think they're going to come in October. So I'm still waiting on that because I'm like, man, I got to plan my damn fall, bro. I'm got stuff to do. But we love racing at anywhere. Christopher Kennedy says, what's up, bro? What's up, Kennedy? So, I got a lot of people like Chris, what's his name? What's his damn name? Walker? Is that the guy's name? Chris Walker? He runs one of the, some from the Gulf South region. Region.
Yeah.
Chris.
I don't know.
Chris
I don't know a lot of the sprint car guys.
Man,
that was a modified.
Anyway, he's on his way to Cleveland this week right now because on Saturday in Cleveland Brown Stadium is WWE SummerSlam. So I don't get to watch a lot. It seems like I don't ever get to watch the pay-per-views like when they're live. Still call them pay-per-views. They're called premium live events nowadays.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, they're on Peacock, so I already pay $5 or $6 or whatever it is for the Peacock or whatnot. But they're on Peacock, so I can go back and watch it on Sunday. But normally we would watch them live, but they're literally the first Saturday of every month. So I've been at the racetrack. So, looky. Look, I got Wally Beaty jumping in on us. Hold on a second. Let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back from our commercial break, we're going to have Wally Beaty. We're going to talk, like I said, we'll talk about some limited modified racing. I know he loves that enduro shit. And then we'll talk about Australia. We'll do that coming up next right here in the Dirt Talk Nation. Smiley's Racing and Hoosier Tire Southwest has been serving the race community since 1968, and with 5 retail locations located in Kennedale, Sherman, Houston, Oklahoma City, and our main showroom in Mesquite, Texas, we're here to serve you 6 days a week. We also offer trackside service at select events. Come in and check out our unmatched selection of fittings in billet aluminum, in silver, atomized blue, and the murdered out black. We can help you find the right fitting for the right application. With over 300 years of combined racing experience and knowledge, our staff can help you find what you need when you need it. We sell all parts for all forms of racing, including tires, wheels, car parts, bodies, seats, fuel, tools, and more. Come in and check out our large selection of safety equipment, and we'll custom fit you to the right suit for you and even show you how to care for your equipment. Our entire inventory is on our huge showroom floor so that you can see it before you buy it. Can't make it out to one of our stores? No problem. Shop 24/7 at smileysracing.com. That's smileysracing.com. Smiley's Racing, proud sponsor of the Dirt Talk Nation. That's right. And we got Wally. Look, Wally's like way away from his camera, so I feel like I need to roll my seat back real quick. Hey, there he is. He's doing his Grover bit. Near, far, near. Far.
Man, he's in the shop too, where it's hot.
Yeah, he's out in the shop.
It's 100 degrees out here right now. Yeah.
Fuck all that. That's what Lance is in the house at the damn dining room table. He was doing it at the shop until it started to be 100 degrees.
Yeah,
So,
it's 100 degrees out there.
But everybody make sure you like, smash the share button, and remember, we're giving one of these away at the end of the night, $25 to Smiley's Racing. So make sure you comment throughout the night, interact with the show, and we'll draw a winner at the end of the night and let you know who won, and we'll figure out how to get that to you either through the mail or maybe you can come see us at the racetrack or some such. So Wally, we were just talking before you came on that I think it's really weird. So we've always had it in our mind that Australia is hot all the time. Yeah. But clearly in June, when it's 100 degrees here, not hot in Australia?
Man, it was hard to wrap your head around the fact that it was wintertime. Like, you go outside and you know it's June and the leaves are falling off the trees and the kids are walking home from school and your brain just can't comprehend it. It was a weird feeling for sure.
That is weird. Yeah.
Kids see my kids playing at the park and they're like, why aren't they in school? It was weird for them. So it was a different experience.
Yeah, it's we had we had Billy on. I want to say the week after you guys got back.
Yep.
And he was just like, dude, it was such a cool experience, and of course Race On was there. Xander and Race On were there to document the whole bit, and I'm kind of looking forward to that. It's supposed to drop this fall. So tell me about, like, how did the whole thing, like, they had cars ready for you to go? I remember we talked early in the season. You talked about a buddy who he came here and you had gave him a car to race and whatnot. And so is there a big difference in what we race here compared to what they race there?
There's no comparison. I had this expectation of what I thought it was going to be, and it was the exact opposite, right? So just their normal street cars is different than our normal street cars, right? So they don't have big trucks. There's no F-250s or Dodge 25. There's no one-ton trucks. It's all small sport utility type vehicles, and it goes over to the racetrack. Like, to me, what they raced over there and what we got to do is what we should be doing here. This MB Customs modified right here behind me is ridiculous cost versus what they're doing is it's a street car, but it's got race car motor, but it's got stock suspension, and they raced their butts off. I was really shocked. It was a wide variety of different types of cars. You had some of the guys that were in full late models, and then you had some of us that were in different type of cars. So saloons, standard sedans, super sedans, they all got different terminology than we have. It was the most rewarding experience I've ever experienced as a race car driver at the racetrack. Like, weird to go somewhere where I knew nobody and everybody knew who we were, right? They had hyped this race up for months and months. Obviously, they know who Billy is. His Facebook page is, it's all the followers.
Insane, dude. It's like 120,000 likes or something like that.
Right, yeah.
But compared to what I am, I was very humbled to go. Our friends had cars. They were already tested. They were ready to go. I took my seat with me because it's a little more custom for my big butt. But, just getting in there and mounting the seat the first day we were there, and then the shifter on your left hand, not your right hand, that was a big difference, right? Yes. Trying to get the shift pattern, your brain doesn't work backwards like that. So trying to shift from second to third, I don't know how many times I shifted second to fifth. I'm just about every day. So
it seems like you were the backwards one to them.
Yeah, it was really, really different. And it was, I wish that more Americans had the opportunity to go over and do it. Being able to turn right was a new experience.
So in Australia, they used to have a car called the Ford Dominator. and you'll know it better because that was the car that Mad Max drove in the Mad Max movies.
Uh-huh.
And you couldn't get it, or no, Ford Eliminator. I'm sorry, not the Dominator, the Eliminator. And you couldn't get it anywhere else. And then, like, one of my neighbors, I want to say, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, I look out the window, I'm like, what the fuck? He had lived in Australia because he was in the military. So he lived in Australia for like 4 years, and he came home with that. And I'm like, get out, dude. Like, it's a cool ass car. It
was different because, like, it's comparing location to where we were. So say like DFW is the airport we flew in Melbourne over there. We were like in Longview. That's how we were a good ways away from the hub of the city, right? And it's really mountainous. The infrastructure is not near what we have. Even driving a street vehicle, your brain doesn't work backwards. Billy and I kept talking about it. We kept turning on the dang windshield wipers, trying to turn the blinker on. Food's different. The people were fabulous. I mean, I cannot tell you how good those people were and how well they treated us. They did a lot of things different than us. Billy, I don't know if Billy mentioned the night before the race or 2 nights before the race, we had a barbecue over at one of the guys' house, the track officials in the house. And I bet there was 12 or 13 racers there just on a Wednesday night hanging out, cookout. The camaraderie was great. The people were great. They treated us great. I was fortunate to be able to make the whole race. Billy had trouble. They fought his car the whole second night. And Dave's car, it broke the right front and he killed the wall. I was able to make 98 of the 100 laps. Finished in the top 10, so that was really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
No, that's really cool. Yeah.
Billy and I, we barely just missed the cut from making a feature. So I was on the front row of a B. I think he was on the third row, and they came to us and they said, "Look, you guys ain't coming all this way and not making the show. So we're gonna start the back."
Oh, wow.
He said, "Just stay out of everyone's way." And I was like, "I'm good at that. I can do that."
Right.
So we took green light came on, and I just went. And I ended up running 8th from 40 seconds. So that was really, really cool.
That is cool, man. It's like
wow,
it's cool to see our local guy be out there. Hey, check us out. We did this, and like I said, I'm excited to see all the stuff that Xander puts together because I know they took a crap ton of video and
a lot. Xander had the camera everywhere we went, what was really cool. The one thing I thought was the neatest was all the little Australian kids would come up to my kids and be like, "Hey, can you tell us what Chick-fil-A tastes like?" Like. They have no right. So
tastes like Jesus.
Yeah, it tastes like Jesus.
It tastes like Jesus.
One of the coolest things I've ever done. The temperature was really cool. All the radiators are in the back seat, so it's a 4-door car, but the seats all the way forward in the car, so you're sitting like in the front seat. So the radiator in the back seat.
Oh, wow.
A complete different experience. Actually, we're doing that to my Enduro car. We're going to move the radiator to the back and try that. But yeah, it was really, really fun. I actually got out after 100 laps. I was like, man, let's go again. That was awesome.
I knew we were going to talk a little bit of enduro, but you've kind of got, you didn't race a lot earlier in the year, but it seems like since you got back from Australia, I've seen you going, hey, hadn't loaded up the car, going out to race tonight.
Been at Big O.
We took the first half of the year off. We got a lot of stuff going on around the house. I'm actually going to take this week off. Put new floors in the house, so that takes up a lot of our time. I don't have a whole lot of short track experience. A lot of these other guys do. I've pretty much been a half-mile guy. I've stayed at Devil's Bowl. I feel comfortable there. I like to go fast. I've just never been a fan of these little short. Yeah, I just don't like the short, dry, slick track.
I want to go fast. I want to go fast.
So that's why I've always stayed at Devil's Bowl and TMS. So I don't feel comfortable going racing these little quarter miles. So that's why I kind of went to Big O. It's a little bit bigger than some of these other tracks. The first night we showed up, there was nobody there. Like, I think we had 6-7 cars. So
what?
It was Rocket was running a big show. RPM paid big money. Kennedale paid big money. It was just people were spread out, and it's a big time of year anyway. So we were lucky. We got a feature win. Last week we went, and I think we ran 4th from dead last. So the car works. It's competitive. So we're going to start bouncing around different racetracks and try to see if we can find a new place to race every week.
Now I heard, I saw a little thing that Lance tagged me in yesterday. Somebody's like, he might jump on and fact check you. Oh, I ran fourth, yeah, out of 5, or something like that. Who was the guy? What was he saying,
Oh man,
Lance? The guy who's like the people fact checking people on podcasts and stuff.
Yeah. I forgot his name now, but
I don't
he's
know,
from
but
down south.
mind
Yeah,
your business. Mind
yeah,
your
you know,
business. Don't worry about what
yeah.
we talk about on this show unless you're on the show.
the way I look at it is you can't help who shows up, right?
No, you can't.
Post the crowd, the car count of what they're racing, and you
Yep.
just show up and you can race the cars are there. I mean, Michael Ball, actually, me and him ran side by side most of the feature. He's no slouch. Like that dude's got more
No.
laps in us than probably anybody. So, you know, we were able to beat him, but the other cars they weren't. You know, they were a little further back. But you can only race
Well,
these shows.
Yeah, and it's like how I won that race at Devil's Bowl last year. I mean, there was 8 modifieds, but I mean, hey, I couldn't help how many people showed up. So,
Right.
it was
It's always like when people go, oh well, your team, they have a 10-1 schedule, but they played another. Well, they can only play the people on their schedule, bro. They can only play the people on their
Right.
schedule. So
yeah, for sure.
So which enduro are you preparing for, Wally?
We're getting ready for the Lone Star 600. It's coming up 1st of October. We've got the car completely straight down. We actually ran an endurance race back in March at Kilgore Speedway. That was a disaster. The people that put the show on did a fabulous job. I will continue to support them, but the track just was in terrible condition, and it had so much sand. It sandblasted the whole car. I had to take the car down to a bare chassis to completely get all the sand.
It's that time of year is so tough in Texas because either it's rained for 3 straight months or it's been dry and windy and there's no real in between, like literally from January to March, right? And so it's that's kind of a weird time of year for someone to put that type of race on. The fall or middle of the summer is probably, you know what the track is, you know what's going on, and that's probably a little bit better time of year to do it. But early in the year, it's got to be rough, man. It's got to be rough to get the track.
Time of year, I think just the track surface is really volatile there. It is. And the one thing as a promoter you don't want is dust, and they put a ton of water on the racetrack to keep it from getting dusty. Well, then it just clumped together and just stuck to everything. My radiator was 3 inches thick of sand in 16. I made 16 laps. So got the car back together. We're going to move some radiator, do some different things. And my buddy Dave is coming back from Australia. He's actually doing something that I wish I could do. He actually has purchased an IMCA stock car. It's sitting here in the shop. And he's coming here for 8 weeks, and he's going to hit the road. He's going to go race Boone Super Nationals. He's going to US Nationals at Wheatland, Missouri. He's going to Batesville, Arkansas, and we're going to run the 600. So he's got a full month of racing ahead of him.
Wow.
That's awesome, though.
Cool. That's cool.
Trailer ready. We're going to get it all stocked. Car's sitting here ready, wrapped up. It's ready to race. And he should be here in about 3 weeks.
That's awesome. Man. So, look, when he gets there, we got to get him on the show, right?
For sure. He is actually one of the coolest guys you ever meet. And it was really, I'll tell you one thing about that Australia thing. He's got a rig that he bought a fire truck and converted it into his pull rig. And he pulls his sprint car. He runs a sprint car over there. And when we pulled in the gate at Alexandria Speedway, people stopped, moved over, got out, and was waving. I have never seen somebody do such a good job at marketing their product at a dirt track. The people the people in the pits, they all had his merchandise on. It was amazing to see that. I couldn't believe it. And my wife worked in the merchandise booth with his wife, and they sold out within 2 hours, sold every piece of merchandise they had.
That's cool. Awesome.
That
is awesome. I'm like, hey, we need to sell. Speaking of which, hey, let's do this real quick with Boom, so Wally can see it. Hold on, I have to do this. Got to present arms. Let's do this. Check this new hat out we have on our store, Wally. Check it out.
Okay. They asked me, every Australian asked me 3 questions. How do you like it? How was the plane ride? And do you like Trump? That was the
because
asked the most.
Well, because we live in a country that's really weird because every other country, look, check this shirt out. Look.
You gotta get you one of those.
It's our new t-shirt. You can get it online at at Black Acid Racing Apparel. We'll drop the link here in a minute, but yeah, they're really cool. We came up with that since it's campaign season. Of course, we have the Dirt Talk Nation logo shirts and everything else that goes with it. But we got the campaign hat, the Make America Race Again, and the Epic. And look, they're only $12, man. Look, they're only $12.
Yeah, cheap enough.
Cheap enough, man. Go get you one.
The flat was over there.
How long?
Yeah,
It's like 26 hours or something.
ridiculous.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's
Too
a
long
lot
for me.
We had to book it through several layovers, so we flew from like here to Los Angeles to Fiji, Fiji to Melbourne.
How did you not just want to stay in Fiji when you got there?
We wish we could have, but I'll tell you this: from the time I left their driveway to the time I pulled in my driveway, with all the layovers, it was 30 hours.
Wow.
And you got 3 kids and you were, oh my gosh, you had 3 kids with you.
10, 8, and 4.
No.
No, they weren't originally going to go. I was going to go by myself, and I was going to meet Billy and Amanda. And I told my wife, like, look, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I may come back and race again. I've been invited to come back. You know, and if work schedule plays out, I'll definitely try to make an attempt. But they probably won't ever get to go back. So this was a once-in-a-lifetime chance. We didn't get to do as much family stuff as I wish, because you got to remember, being that far out, it took so long to go place to place because of the road structure and infrastructure. The food was different. Everything was just different, right? But it was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime trip.
They don't throw the shrimp on the bobby or whatever it is they say.
You know what's different? You know.
Foster's beer, and they said, we don't drink that piss.
Hey, well, you know what's different is what's sitting behind you.
It's different. That's for sure. It's different from I've ever. We're gonna get a little trip of it. It's MB Customs modified. It's actually going to be a B mod starting off because I got B mod motors.
Yeah.
But when the B mod is done, when the B mod motors are done, we'll convert it over to an A mod.
Yeah. There you go.
When's
the B mod gonna make its debut?
You see, it's pretty much done. We got to put the power steering pump on it, and then put the gauge panel back in it, and then it's ready to put a body on. So we might try to bring it out maybe September. That's what I'm shooting for.
Yeah.
Try to make some shows, and then next year the plan is to put the limited aside and just focus on this B mod. We're going to run Hunt County on Fridays, and then try to make the trip to Rocket on Saturdays. I went up there with Dave last year. We actually took the Enduro car up there and ran it with the limiteds last year. We just cut the bumpers off and we just sent it. And he ran really good. I really like the racetrack. It's just a long ways from where I live to make the trip up there. But
it's about 2 hours for me.
Yeah, we were laughing because RPM from my house now, because I moved, because it was funny because like I moved from Windsor in Forney. Literally right after I moved off of that street, Wally moved right across the street from where I lived. And then clearly he moved back out. Hi, Stephanie. Mark Ross says Wally's an international star now.
International, that's for sure.
I really
but now I live in Fate. So Fate to RPM is an hour drive, but it's 15 minutes to Hunt County. So I'm like, hey guys, Josh, holla. Like that's right down the road, man.
Yeah.
County next year full time. That's our plan as of now. I want to get the B mod up and going before we take take it out, because the limited, I really don't feel like they're going to compete with the big mods. Michael Risky's doing a good job of that over at Hunt. And Cody and Blaine did a good job on that prelim night. Just when the track slicks off, then B mods are just stellar.
B mod will definitely, the B mod will shine when it slicks off. You got more adjustment. My opinion, I've never ran a limited, but when the track is hammered down tacky, man, they're so even. I mean, I've compared lap times to both, but when the track slicks off, the cream rises to the top anyways, but that B mod just shines just a little bit more just because the attitude in the car, it helps it turn, helps it more traction. But when the track's hammered down.
The reason why the limiteds are keeping up is the tire. The tire and the sport. Those are the only two things that's allowing them to keep up. Once they take the limiteds are going to be out to lunch. I had a big race at 67 Speedway, and a limited didn't win that 10,000. but there was hardly any B mods there. There was very, very few.
Yeah.
Last week at Rocket, or 2 weeks ago at Rocket, there was some really good B mods, and it showed. And the Smith boys, they did better than any of the limiteds out there. And
they did.
How many race cars do you have in your shop, Wally?
So let's take a little tour. I got my buddy Brandon's car back there. We'll go this way backwards. I got my buddy Brandon's car. We're putting a motor together for it. He'll try to come out next year. The B mod's there. I got the enduro car and then the stock car. There's I gotta get the camera. It's going backwards. There's the enduro car. It's all stripped down right now. And then I got my son's little go-kart we're working on. He wrecked it. He's 4 years old. He wrecked it. Put a new front axle in it. And then we got my limiteds out in the trailer. So we got a shop full.
Shop full.
Dave's gonna drive over in when he gets over here. It's a medieval stock car. It's a really nice piece. So
nice.
We got a shop. And then
yeah, you did.
Yeah, my car's in the trailer. We got to store it out. We're kind of out of room. So
time for a bigger shop.
Yeah.
You know, when I built the shop, I thought 2,000 square feet. That'll be plenty. Should have bid 4,000.
Evidently not. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. My wife don't want me to have a bigger shop because I get to put more race cars in it. So
my wife
I'm limited.
She keeps telling me, "Why do you have so many cars? You can't drive that many at one time." I'm like, just chill. I got it.
Yeah, right. Dude, and like this, Katie does the same thing for me for slot cars and RC cars. Why do you have so many? You're going to do it one at a time. Whoa, pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Mind your business.
Well, the plan is to eventually swap to the modified. I just got 4 sport mod motors, right? So right now I need to use those up, get some laps in the B mod, get comfortable, and then we'll convert it. The good thing is I bought a car that's capable of being converted over, that's going to be current, and we'll be competitive. So,
yep. Yeah, A mod's where it's at. I mean, if you take a limited B mod, modified, the maintenance, all that stuff is about the same. The tires are the same price. The normal wear and tear is the same price. I mean, I've never been able to afford a brand new Mullins, $25,000-$30,000 motor. All my stuff has been used or hand me down, stuff like that. I bought a complete turnkey or a complete motor, for $12,000. There's guys spending $15,000-$20,000 on a limited motor. So,
yeah,
and you get to race for more money.
Yeah, it's been a different experience learning how to work on these cars and learning the tricks and suspension components, because they're definitely 2 different types of race cars.
Oh, so, yeah, for sure.
This was a stepping stone. Like I told you guys, I stayed at Devil's Bowl. Devil's Bowl is where I grew up. My dad raced there as a kid when I was a kid, and most of my adult friends have come from Devil's Bowl. Right, that's how I know Lance. That's how I know. That's how I know you guys.
Yep.
I don't know if you I don't know if you caught the last show 2 weeks ago, but there was some updated news on the Devil's Bowl, so might want to hang on that limited for just a little longer.
So that I had it sold a few months ago, and then at the last minute I said, you know what, I'm going to hang on to it. So that's kind of why I haven't been racing a lot this year. I'm probably going to run it 4 or 5 more times, and then I'm going to put it up, and then hopefully if Devil's Bowl comes back, makes a trip. The cool thing is what we can do next year is I can take the limited and go race, and then I can take the B mod and tag the back of the modified features, help the car count, and get laps, getting comfortable in the car. So
yeah, for sure.
Devil's Bowl will spoil you, though. I mean, it'll teach you bad habits. Every race. It makes me appreciate when people, can go up to Devil's Bowl and kick our butts, and then they go over to short track and they kick everyone else's butt. Those guys are if you can win at Devil's Bowl, you're fast. But if you can win at both places, you're really, really good. And there's
good drivers, man. It's I always say this is what I've always said about working at the 2 tracks, is that RPM, to me, the racing is so close in a lot of the classes. And I'm like, but I will tell you right now, when we're watching them sprint car features, I don't care who's in front. If Justin Fifield is in second or third and there's a caution, whoever's leading is fucking foobar, dude. He's going to freaking jump to the restart and he going to be gone. Like every time, dude, I'm like, he'll be, I'm going to take this high line right here. And as soon as they hit that restart, he gone.
You know what's been a big adjustment for me the last 2 weeks of Big O is the restarts. Devil's Bowl chokes you down to turn 4. They wait till you get to take off. This taking off when any point from the back straightaway, I've only done that a handful of times.
Yeah.
So very first night out at Big O, I'm leading the heat race with green, white checkered. caught me sleeping. I went to turn the car up to come back down the hill, and as soon as I turned it up, second place was gone. So I learned from my mistake in the feature. I didn't make that mistake. Well, this past week, we took off one time. I think the yellow light was still on. Everybody just took off. We were in turn 2. So it's a different learning experience for me. I got a bunch of older guys, and they'll tell you they're older, that are helping me. So they don't like to work on the car. They tell me, hey, Wally, just get in and drive it and figure it out. Adjust your driving style. So that's been for us moving to the modifieds over the last few years, is they just didn't. It's technology they just don't want to learn, and they don't want to be up to par with it. You know, limited. I don't know how much you know about the limiteds, but the limited, you don't have to do much, right? You can adjust your driving style to what the track gives you because the cars are pretty much all the same. So hopefully we can get the B-Mod right direction, and I can convince them, hey, let's just put a bigger motor in this thing. And that's the cool thing about the B-Mod is you can just change the motor and move right up. That's why I like running that. I'm not real big fond of the Eco class. I think it's the most pointless thing there is. But I like the fact that the juniors can take their cars and run into sport mods. So there's always room for improvement.
Yeah,
now,
for sure.
At some of the other tracks you visit, so like, you know, I've only worked at Devil's Bowl and RPM, and you know, like later on tonight, we're gonna have Gabriella King, who she races like a tuner class at Cotton Bowl Speedway, right? And I'm like, I know they've raced at RPM, but that was in my gap when I was, you know, trying out there to be a rock star and, you know, traveling all over the country, you know, doing my thing. But man, what are some of the other classes? Because like, you know, I'm used to what we have at Devil's Bowl, what we have at RPM. You know, you got your you know, your factory stocks, you got your limited modified sprint cars. You know, and then of course the big classes come to town, and at RPM we had the A class 600s, which are, why are they the loudest damn cars on the track? You know, like, why are they louder than any other car?
Really good friends with Joey Starnes, and he builds one-way performance race cars, those micro sprints. And I've been going to the shootout for years with Martin Edwards, and to me, they are the fastest race car for the size and tubing diameter of the roll cage. I mean, they are bullets. I mean, I guarantee you, if you put them on a racetrack at RPM and a track is prepped, they're going to turn a faster lap time than any race car out there. Just they're so low to the ground. They're rocket ships. I mean, that's what they are. They got freaking motorcycle motors on. We all know how fast they can be. So the micro class, I think, it's just we don't live in an area that's really prevalent for those type of cars. I'm really not sure why. The cost of those things, that you check to them, they're pretty much the same as a sprint car. You see some roller micros go for $30,000 for a rolling or a race ready micro. It's ridiculous. So I like the tuner idea. I think that we need, as racers, we need an entry level class, and I think the tuners is that because those cars are cars. They're everywhere. You can still get those cars. You can go to the junkyard and get that car for a couple $100 or go buy it out of someone's driveway. So that's where entry car level needs to be. It don't need, in my opinion, I'm not fond of these 9-year-olds in limited modifieds, right? I think they need to be in a full fender car that's not as heavy. And I think that we as racers try to do what's easiest for us. And I just don't think that the limited deal is the best thing for those 9-year-olds. Maybe 15 or 16-year-olds, but not 9-year-olds.
I agree, 100%.
I say that, and some of the 9-year-olds impress the crap out of me. But I've also seen them take rides down the front straightaway too at Southern Oklahoma Speedway. So,
man, when I was 9-year-old, I could barely drive a go-kart on the freaking road in front of my house at 9 years old, let alone jump in a limited modified. Like, that's insane to me. But I always talk about this all the time. It's like kids are growing up so much more today than ever before when I was their age, you know, and in a lot of ways, you know, good and bad. Technology has made their lives.
The problem you run into is kids racing with adults. It's always
what I was about to say,
because the parents are always going to defend their kids whether they're right or wrong. I will always defend. I may tell them what a dumb move that was, but I'm never going to let someone else see that part, right? So it's a tough deal, right? I'll tell you,
it's almost as dumb as guys fighting girls in the Olympics. You know, that's
another thing.
We talked about that.
Time at RPM Speedway with Dylan Ramey, great kid, got a bright future in racing, doing really good in the sprint car this year. He was 13 or 14 at the time, and he overcorrected and hit the fence. And I guess they thought I hit him, and it caused a big stink. Right at that point, the dad's going to come defend him, as I would go defend my son.
Right.
Right.
It's a kid, man. How you get upset at a kid, right? So it causes conflict. But you got kids like Blaine Smith who started racing at 11 and has never had an issue with that I know of with anybody, right? He's a good kid. So
Good kid, clean driver, good driver.
I'm not a promoter. I never will be a promoter. I'm just a racer. We all have our own opinions. I just think that there needs to be a stepping stone of how people move up.
Yeah.
But you say that, and that freaking Carson Bolden is a stud already in a sprint car at 13.
Right.
You know, so
yeah.
You also got to remember he's probably got more laps as a go-kart racer and a mini sprint racer than me and Lance do in 20 years of racing. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how you fix it. I don't know what you do. I know we got to reduce the amount of classes we have. That's the one key to racing we got to fix. We can't go to big way and have 10 classes of cars and be there until 2 in the morning.
Hey, Mark Ross said he's got a complete tuner operation for sale. Why has he got one? Like that nobody races them around here. Mark, you just been traveling around racing in a tuner, not telling anybody?
That's
like
why
that's
I like,
weird.
that's why I like the enduro racing, because there's just show up and race. Show up and race and a whole bunch at one time. And people think, oh, it's a demo derby. Well, it's really not. I mean, people are trying to make it to the end, you know, so everybody's pretty respectful.
I'm just going to go buy me like a $1,000 freaking old Scottsdale pickup truck with the fucking big ass brush guard on the front and just be like, this is what we're riding, bro.
One time I was running the enduro at Devil's Bowl and I had an old Camaro hot stock, and I was driving down the front straightaway and I look over and this old guy has an open face helmet with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth and he's the wiper going, passing him. The next time I come around and lap him about 5 laps later, I look over and he's drinking a Dr. Pepper as we're going down the front straightaway.
It's awesome.
Something like Will would do.
No, dude, just chilling, be like, hey, what's going on? Here's my
Wally,
my silver bullets, you know.
Wally, you had a pretty good wreck there at Devil's Bowl in the enduro race, didn't you?
I did. So that was 2018. I was leading the race with about 30 to go. And we have radios in that deal. So the driver can listen to a spotter. A lot of people don't do that. I take advantage of that opportunity because it's really helpful when you're in traffic, and especially when there's debris on the racetrack. You can tell them, hey, there's a bumper laying on the bottom of the racetrack. Get high, you know, or there's rubber at the bottom. Get down. You know, there's advantages to it, but they're one-way radios to the driver, so the driver can't talk back. Well, the spotter had come on the radio and said, hey, we got 30 laps to go, and you got a 2-lap lead. Just cruise. Well, it wasn't 2 laps later. Billy's brother, Jesse, spun out, and I hit him wide open. And it was
bad.
It was really bad. It was the worst wreck I've ever had. And my wife told me after that, hey, you need to get rid of this thing. So we took a few years off.
You didn't.
I took years off, and then I built a car, and I just kind of lost interest in driving in it. You know, I set out for so long, and so I rented it out to my buddy Dave there in Australia, and now I can't get him out of the seat. Now I want to drive again, but I can't get him out of the seat. He does such a good job for me. I'll just let him drive it.
I talk
was
about
that car totaled out?
Oh yeah, that wreck. It was so bad. It was a leaf spring Camaro. Both frame horns were dragging. They were like stuck in the dirt, and it ripped the shackles and the leaf springs out the back of the car. The energy went all the way through the race car and ripped the whole rear end out of the car.
Wow.
It broke the crotch belt between my legs, and it was rough.
Did you get injured?
Oh yeah, my color of my shirt was the color of you know what for about a week.
Wow.
So, it was fun. There's so much traffic. My crew didn't even know I wrecked. They thought I was coming in for a pit stop to put fuel in it. I come in on the record and they said, Jesus, what happened to this thing?
Yeah.
Dude, it's I tell people all the time, man. I tell the story. I tell the story of this wreck that you had just so I can crack up laughing at Brandon sprinting from turn 4 to turn 1 because it looked like he was running in slow motion. So I forget who was it. I cannot remember who it was. It got spun around in turn 1 at the bowl, and you went right up over the top of him.
Okay, so that was Billy Burt had spun out, and I had nowhere to go. Like I was on throttle. It was slimy. So I spun the car to keep from just killing him, and a guy named Tim Henderson never.
Yeah, Tim Henderson went over the top of you.
Yeah.
He and literally monster over top, and I don't know if he turned over. It destroyed that car. We had to replace that car too. The picture looked like I went for a big ride, but it was literally a monster truck like over top of me. I never had anything like that happen.
I
remember Brandon takes off because you pit in turn 4, and Brandon takes off running, and it was looking like he's like down there going, but all you see is
yeah. Brandon's helping me for 15 years. He's one of my closest friends, and
we love Brandon, man. I always like to tell that story because I think it's hilarious that he's down there, he's sprinting his little heart out, and he's like, and now I'm buying a 4-wheeler.
So Brandon's the type of guy, I can pick the phone up at 5:30 on Saturday, be like, hey, you want to go race? He's like, I'll be there in 5 minutes. I'm like, no questions asked. Not even asking where we're going. He's just there. And him and I have such a good relationship with the car that I don't even ask him what air pressures he's set in the car anymore. Like, he just does it, and then we'll talk after the heat race, and then he does it. I would be lost without him, to be honest with you, because he knows my driving style so much. He knows what the car wants and needs.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I never question him.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. So, it's hard to find good help these days.
This car's been sitting out back. We just pulled it.
No, that's how I got Lance as the co-host.
We're going to try to
find good help. And Lance suckered out on me tonight. Usually we be popping coldies and talking trash, but Lance is drinking. Well, I gotta stay hydrated. Inside drinking sweet tea, and I'm like, well, all right then. Here we are.
92 degrees in here, so we're doing better, getting better.
Oh, there you go. See, look, if you'd have popped one of these open, dude, they'd have started singing, and a freaking a train would have pulled in. It would have been all frosty in there. I mean, it's kind of how you got to do it, bro. That's what I'm doing.
Well, this winter I'm putting air conditioning in my shop, so.
When I built this years ago, I didn't spray foam it, and I highly regret it.
Yeah.
My dad lets me know every time he comes in here to work. He lets me know how hot it is.
Yeah. Walter's like, you suck. Why did you could have spent the extra money to do this. You're a jackass.
I've been trying to get him to seat for just one night, but he just won't do it. He's past that point. He just doesn't want to do it. But I tell him every week, hey, you want to drive this week? No.
I'm good.
No.
Mark Ross says he's drinking one with me. At least Mark's drinking a cold beer with me. Yeah, Mark. Appreciate you.
I had one time in 2010 or 9. He drove a Camaro and I drove a Camaro. We got to race against each other one night. That was really cool.
Is that the only time you guys raced against each other?
Have we ever raced each other?
Me?
Yeah, I don't think we've ever raced against each other.
The only thing I've ever drove is a mod, so my first time ever being in a modified was a Devil's Bowl in 2014. August 3rd of 2014 was my first time ever driving a race car, and it was at Devil's Bowl.
Also, 10 years on Saturday. Look at you. 10-year anniversary coming up on Saturday.
Yep. So.
Nice.
Yep. I've always tried to get Wally to get into a modified. We've had plenty of conversations over the years.
Yeah.
So Wally, there's a question we ask everybody who comes on the show. What are your top 5 racing movies of all time?
He's got it. I know it.
In order or just in general?
In general.
In general, yeah.
Other Nights on there. Days of Thunder.
Man.
Ford versus Ferrari is really good. I really like it. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Gran Turismo, the new with the kid from the GT Academy that was the sim racer. I really enjoyed it. I like to do the sim racing as well. Six pack, probably right there.
There we go. Yeah. All right. So, question.
I was about to, throw you under the bus there. So,
does Cars count as a racing movie?
Yes.
Does. So it's up there because I love Cars, man. I mean,
my kids
do not like Cars.
It's been really hard on me with racing because my kids don't really like to do it. I've told my 10-year-old, like, hey, dude, you want to start hot lapping? The limited's all yours if you want it. We can make a junior limited out of it any day. When you say now, we'll pull a trigger. And
he's like, nah.
I put my 4-year-old in that go-kart a couple weeks ago, and y'all ever heard the term whiskey throttle?
Yeah.
Yeah, he whiskey throttled right into the side of the motorhome, wide open.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Puts on the cage, and of course it didn't shut off. And all you can do is sit there and watch him. He cried for 10 minutes. He'd come back and says, "Hey, Dad, can we do that again? That was fun." So I got some.
wow. He's like a Gen X kid reborn, man. We wrecked. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
When Lance and I were young, there was no go-kart racing around. There was nothing. Like, you started racing when you were 15 or 16. And I didn't start till I was a senior in high school. So
now my wife raced karts, and then we were talking about this Tuesday. We're over at Smiley's Racing filming the commercial that we just played earlier, because Smiley's Racing is also, make sure you guys smash the share and like button and comment and interact with the video, because you can win a $25 gift certificate to Smiley's. But we were over there and we were talking to those guys, and Katie used to race karts. She had to race with she was so good at kart racing that they made her race with the adults. And then about 2 weeks after we found out she was pregnant with our oldest, AJ Foyt had called her dad wanting her to race on his international kart team. And I was like, womp, womp. Funny how life takes turns. Stephanie said she's. Hey, your wife says she's headed out there right now because they heard your youngest heard you talking about the cart, so he's on his way out there. So
and over there hiding. I haven't been a lot this year just because of work, and I'm really busy. But I've been watching every week, keeping up with everybody. It's been a really fun year to watch racing, and because I focus on Devil's Bowl my whole career. So I haven't really focused on. I go watch it, Kennedy. I don't know who any of those people are. I go to Big O. I don't know who any of those people are. So it's been really cool to see other racers and who they are and how much better they've gotten. And there's actually some pretty good short trackers out there. I've been really shocked.
Man, I tell you what. So since I came back, I 2017, 2018, I did RPM in the bowl, and then I had to stop, performing music earlier this year because my body just can't handle it anymore after I had a stroke last summer. And Martin said, "Hey man, we would like you to come back and announce at RPM." I'm like, "I'm in." Like, he's like, "You can wait till next week to let me know." No, I don't have to wait. I'm good.
So funny about that is the day before he texted, he actually had called me and we were just talking back and forth. He said, "Man, I need an announcer." I said, "Well, you know who to call." He says, he looked, he says, "Should I call Will?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely." So it was
nice.
In our head instantly, we knew what needed to happen. So
it's and it's a lot of fun, man. And I've built a lot of the interactive stuff in. So like we do at intermission, we do Sweet Caroline, and we do the Cotton Eye Joe, and we do a lot of sing along songs throughout the night to keep people involved and having fun. And I think it's really what it's all about is making it from my point. I got to make it as entertaining as possible so that people want to come back to the track. And we had a great night a couple weeks ago. Smiley's Racing basically picked up the total and tab for everybody to get in the grandstands for free. So it was a great night.
Awesome.
It was packed. It was a packed crowd, and everybody had a great time. And we've gotten so many messages from people who are like, "Hey, I can't wait to come back out. That was awesome." And so we're like, "Come on, it's going to be awesome." So
surprised at how many people there's a racetrack in Mesquite. There's a racetrack in Crandall. They don't even know.
Right.
That there's so many houses around and people have no idea what the noise is.
No idea.
It's crazy. Like, I go to work and I got some pictures hanging at my desk and stuff, and people ask me all the time, "Well, how'd you do this week?" "I don't know. Why don't you come to the racetrack? You'll find out." And
that's fair.
I wish I had the resources to get people to know how to get people to come to the racetrack. I don't know that answer.
We came up with that. Clearly, what do I know? I've only promoted pro wrestling and everything else for years, but we didn't get asked until late in the season. And right now I feel like at this point, just go with what you're doing right now, but let's build a new program for next year. But getting out and canvassing your area locally, the cities around where your racetrack is, putting out flyers at the at the gas station, at businesses, at laundromats, anywhere you can find that you can put out flyers or little postcard flyers, anything like that, I believe, is going to be successful because people don't know. And you're right. They just don't know where stuff is. And at RPM, you're just driving around, the boom, it just pops up out of the ground. Just like if you're driving down Lawson Road, you're just driving through the woods, and all of a sudden, boom, there's a freaking racetrack pops up out of the ground.
Yeah,
And it's
one thing I think that we can do as racers and racetracks, and Devil's Bowl's done a little bit in the past. You got to get to the schools. You get to the schools and you show the race cars to these kids, and they hear it and they see it, they feel it, they sit in it, and they say, "Hey, Dad, look, these people just gave me free passes to this event." You know what I mean? That's how you get them there. You got to get the kids there, because if you go to the races, there's decent counts, right? Very few kids at the races anymore. I remember going when my dad was racing. I was back there playing football. Me and Mark together, right?
Yep.
That's not happening, and that's where we got to start. You get the kids there, parents got to bring them.
Yep. Man, it's always a cool way to, I always like, free kids with the purchase of adult, and I'm like, so, well, we're going to miss out on this, this kid money. Yeah. But those kids are going to spend money and beg for food at the racetrack and everything else. And the statistics show that the average person will spend $12 to $15 per person at the concession stand. And so you get 1,500 people and they all spend $15. Well, you just, you're going to have to make me do some hard ass math in my head, but
Facebook that said no kid should ever have to get into a baseball game. It's the same principle here. No kid should ever have to pay to get into a racetrack.
Right.
I think what Cowtown Speedway did back 15 years ago when they had the go-kart track in the infield, this probably before you started racing, Lance, they had a go-kart track in the infield at Cowtown Speedway, and on Friday nights, you parked your truck and trailers on the big track, and then they raced the go-karts on the infield.
I remember that. Right. Katie used to race at Circle L in Mesquite.
I can tell you, another racetrack. But I can tell you that a lot of those kids that were racing those go-karts are now running sprint cars nowadays. We got to do a better job of breeding racers. Problem is, how do you get them there, right? Cost is high right now. I think the go-karts that the kids are racing, these QRCs, are so far advanced that the average person can't do it. I think we need to go back to a stock type restrictor motor with a simple cage cart with no suspension and teach these kids to race economically,
Yeah. I think racing really needs a promoter. I don't know if you guys know or follow this guy on TikTok and social media, but he's the owner of the Savannah Bananas, the baseball team.
Oh, they what they do with their baseball games is second to none.
It's totally different. They thought way outside the box. They have a 4-year waiting list to get a ticket.
Yep. And that's everywhere they go.
And that's everywhere they go.
Racing can take that initiative and take those ideas, and they can make something happen. I will say that I think in Texas we race too much. I think the season's too long. I think it's really hard money-wise to race from January to December. A lot of people just can't do it.
Well, right now the economy sucks anyway. But Wally, man, as always, we appreciate you for coming on the show and talking to you. When your buddy gets in town in a couple of weeks from Australia, dude, definitely let me know when he's there, and we'll get him on one of the Thursday nights.
So we need to do an in-person deal. We have all you guys do it all together, because you got to love his accent. You can't understand half the words he says anyway. So.
That's about like Will when he's drunk.
What are you talking about, bro? I'm super coherent. That's like that girl who butchered the national anthem at the All-Star game. They're like, well, I was drunk, bro. I've performed a bazillion shows drunk, and I promise you, I was on top of my game.
I've heard that they for like $10 million.
Dude,
so,
I don't even want to hear that's bullshit. It's ridiculous.
You guys are great. I love the show every week. You guys are doing a great job. Any way I can help you guys, keep rocking.
All right, my brother.
Oh,
appreciate you, Wally. We'll talk to you soon, okay, man?
Buddy.
Good.
Appreciate it, Wally. There he goes, Wally Beaty, y'all. We're gonna get the Australian guy on. That'll be freaking awesome.
Fun. Yeah,
that'll be a lot of fun. That'd be actually fun. Maybe we'll do a live show.
What'd you say?
Maybe we'll find somewhere to do a live show somewhere. We'll get somewhere to sponsor, and we'll do a live show. Guys, when we come back, Gabriella King is in the waiting wings there. So let's take a break, and we'll be right back with Gabriella King next in the Dirt Talk Nation. Smiley's Racing and Hoosier Tire Southwest has been serving the race community since 1968, and with 5 retail locations located in Kennedale, Sherman, Houston, Oklahoma City, and our main showroom in Mesquite, Texas, we're here to serve you 6 days a week. We also offer trackside service at select events. Come in and check out our unmatched selection of fittings in billet aluminum, in silver, atonized blue, and the murdered out black. We can help you find the right fitting for the right application. With over 300 years of combined racing experience and knowledge, our staff can help you find what you need when you need it. We sell all parts for all forms of racing, including tires, wheels, car parts, bodies, seats, fuel, tools, and more. Come in and check out our large selection of safety equipment, and we'll custom fit you to the right suit for you and even show you how to care for your equipment. Our entire inventory is on our huge showroom floor so that you can see it before you buy it. Can't make it out to one of our stores? No problem. Shop 24/7 at Smiley'sRacing.com. That's Smiley'sRacing.com. Smiley's Racing, proud sponsor of the Dirt Talk Nation. Hey, back here in the Dirt Talk Nation, Will Riggs and Lance Plank coming to you each and every Thursday night, bringing you all the best dirt talk and everything. Make sure you smash that like and share and interact with the show, because check it out. Boom, right there.
Boom.
Smiley's Racing gift cards to give away from our good friends at Smiley's Racing. You can shop 24/7 at Smiley'sRacing.com. And another one of the things we talked about the other day is that, man, people don't realize how huge the showroom is in Mesquite. Like, they don't know how big the actual Smiley showroom is, but I'm like, they have an iRacing rig there. They got an actual full ass sprint car and then some. So you guys go check it out. So without further ado, let's bring on the lady of the hour with the power. It is Gabriella King. How are you, Gabriella?
I'm good. How are you?
We are doing great. We're so glad to have you on tonight. We had to wait for you to get home from work, and that's fine because this show goes a little long. So, you're getting ready for race. What night of the week do you normally race?
Saturday
Nights, and your home track is
Cotton Bowl Speedway.
When did you get into racing?
About 3 years ago.
Nice. That's the question. How did you get into racing?
Yeah.
So my parents own a gun store downtown, and a modified driver had went up to their store and had asked them if they wanted to sponsor him. And so he had come by the shop while I was there, and he was like, "You want to sit in my race car?" And at this point, I'm like,
he's flirting with you.
13, maybe 14. I don't know. I can't remember. But so I sat in his race car, and then I told my dad, I was like, this is what I want to do. And so then we went and watched him that weekend. And then like 2 weeks later, he surprised me with the car.
That's awesome.
Oh, so that's a lot of fun though. Like, racing is fun. My wife actually grew up kart racing. She never raced big cars. She just the karts, and she loved it. She even actually did it. Went back and did it a little bit after we had our 2 chitlins. I say chitlins, my children's.
Right.
But racing is a lot of fun. Like, I love calling races. I've never called a tuner race though. So is that a big deal where you're at?
Actually, there's a lot, not as big of numbers as further up north, because up north you get into like Kennedale, and they have like really big tuner numbers up there. Down here, it's only like the most that's been in one race, I think, was like 16. Yeah. But normally it averages out to about like 12 each weekend.
Yeah.
But that's respectable though, because there are some classes, like we'll get like the A-Class 600s that we race on Saturday nights at RPM Speedway. There's not necessarily just a lot of those. I mean, I want to say the most is 12, and that's the most. Like, sometimes you only got 5 or 6. It just depends on where everybody's at and what kind of racing's going on and other places. And at RPM, which is about an hour and a half maybe from Kennedale, it's about an hour. But like, the closest track I think from RPM, I think would probably be Hunt County Raceway, but they race on different nights. So they race on Friday nights. which is I kind of wish I got a gig there because it's literally 15 minutes from my house.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but you
So,
guys race. Yeah.
So
Go ahead. hit it.
what's your goal in racing? Like, what do you want to move up to race different
So
classes? It was like, yeah,
I feel like everyone is like, I want to be a NASCAR driver. I feel like that's what everyone says. And
right.
ultimately, that was my goal. But then I went to the Texas Motor Speedway driving school, and I got to drive one of their cars on the track, and I hate asphalt. It's just too boring for me. So
Yep.
after that experience, I have decided that my, I guess, goal would be, like World of Outlaws or something like that. Some sort of like traveling big thing that
Yeah.
they do it all the time, and that's what they live for. Because
Yeah.
right now it's like, it's a goal, like it's a goal for me, but right now it's kind of just like a hobby.
Oh
But
yeah, for
it's
sure.
my life,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
look,
99% of us is hobby.
Yeah.
racing is a very expensive hobby, by the way.
Yeah,
we were,
Yeah.
it is.
hey, our buddy Tom Lorenz, owner of Smiley's Racing, says, "Great job, guys." Tom, thank you so much. And actually, like, remember, guys, like and share as you walk in and come in, because boom, we got Smiley's $25 gift cards to give away. We're going to do a drawing at the end of the show, so make sure that you stick around for the whole show so you can maybe win that gift card. And it's available. It's good in the retail locations as well as online, where you can shop 24 hours, 7 days a week. They have a huge showroom. Have you been up to Smiley's yet?
I have not. I haven't. That's, isn't it in Kennedale?
No,
There's one in
there
Kennedale.
is one in Kennedale, but their
Kennedale.
main
Yep.
showroom's in Mesquite, Texas. And I knew you were coming on the show, so we were there the other day filming for our commercial. And one of the things that they showed us, and they actually told us all about it, is the new women's racing shoes that are custom
Really?
fitted to your feet.
I
that
did
you
not. Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing.
That is
Oh,
a
yeah.
thing, and they will custom fit them to your feet, and then show
Wow.
you how to do the upkeep on them and keep them clean, and how to maintain them and everything. It's really, really cool. They were showing my
Yeah.
wife, and she's like, "What?" And so they kept showing them. Yeah, there's a whole women's line they have there, and you can go in. Like I said, you can go in. They'll get you fitted for them, and they form to your feet a lot better than normal racing racing
Unisex.
shoes that you would
Yeah.
buy like from the men's section. So
Right.
they're
Right.
specifically made for ladies. So may need to get Pops drive you up here to go get fit.
Right. Absolutely.
Dad,
Yeah.
look, we got to go to Smiley's in Mesquite because they got custom fitted ladies racing shoes that'll fit to your feet.
Yeah.
And the way they explained it to my wife was that you can feel everything a lot better with these
Oh,
particular
okay.
shoes because the guy shoes are thick, like the soles are so
They are. Yeah.
They
they're so
are.
thick, but these
Yeah.
are like they're custom designed for ladies, so you should go check
Yeah.
them.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
So did your dad ever race or anything?
Yeah.
So my dad actually did MotoGP.
Okay.
He raced motorcycles. He won a championship. That was his thing. He did motorcycles, and originally that's what I wanted to do. I was like, that's what I want to do because my mom also, she also raced motorcycles, and so I was like, it was in the family already. So I was like, this is
Yeah.
what I want to do, and they told me no.
Yeah,
So
motorcycles are
yeah, so
crazy dangerous, man.
Yeah.
I had to find another like alternative. So this was my
Another
meet in the
avenue.
middle.
Yeah.
Another
Yeah.
avenue. So what is so right now you've been racing the tuner car for how long? 3 years?
So it's kind of hard because there's kind of a gray area because my dad had gotten into a car accident and there was like a season where I couldn't participate because my car wasn't ready and he couldn't like help me get it ready.
Right.
And so I think overall this would have been my third season. And last year I was going for the championship at Cotton Bowl and I ended up being like 4 or 5 points short at the
Oh,
end of
wow.
it. And I
Oh.
was like second place. So this year that's what I'm shooting for, but we'll see.
So what
Yeah.
what is the next class up for you? Like, so you're doing the tuner now. What's the next class up that you want to do?
So I have a stock car roller and I have a motor. but I need a transmission. You know, it needs to be like gone through and everything. So I think stock car is probably my next step, just because that's what we have right now. So,
Yeah.
but ultimately, I'd like to get in something like bigger, but I'm not exactly sure like how
So
much
Yeah,
bigger.
I think there's a progression. I think it'll help
Right.
you. In the future to start where you're at, then progress to a stock car, full fendered. It's a little
Right.
faster. Then if you want to get into a late model or modified, that just definitely progress and learn and because you're going faster, you got to definitely react a lot faster. So yeah, I mean that's a good
Well,
plan to go to
yeah.
a stock car next for sure.
and all our
And
factory stock guys out here that are watching, dude, like if you got stuff that you're like, hey, we can help out with this, hit her up at King Racing on Facebook
please do.
and help her out. She's look, racers help racers, and we reach a lot of people on our show. And so if you're a factory stocker here in Texas and you got stuff, or you can even advice, just go to King Racing on Facebook and like her page, follow her there, and you can check out all the stuff she's done. It's a really, really cool page, and help her out
Yeah.
over there.
I feel like the biggest transition is definitely the front wheel to rear wheel.
Right.
I that's something that I'm gonna have to learn, like completely new way how to drive. And I'm honestly excited about it because I can't say that I absolutely love front wheel because it's pretty difficult. I feel like a lot of people think it's super easy, but it's really not. But
Yeah. Sometimes
not
it
to
looks
say
like
that
they're hard
rear
to
wheel's
drive.
easier, but like it's a whole different style of
Different
driving. And it's
learning.
like
It
I'm
is.
interested
It
to
is.
learn like how to do that.
Well, once you get to
Yeah.
the factory stock, you can just revert to Lightning McQueen. You got to turn right to go left.
Right. Yeah.
That
Turn right.
concept to me is kind of foreign.
Well,
I've
once
never,
you get on the track, you'll be like, "Holy crap!" It'll automatically pop in your head and be like, "Oh, well, that actually makes sense now."
Yeah.
uh,
Something else might help you is get you an iRacing simulator and and try and practice on a simulator. That there's one at Smiley's and I've
Which I was
spent
say,
many
you could get
hours.
one at Smiley's Racing. They'll get you all
Yeah.
fixed up. They sell them
Yeah.
there.
And it's really realistic how they handle on the setups and it definitely could help you.
yeah. I've
Yeah,
seen
they.
a lot of people that are really good drivers. They do that. And I've been
Oh yeah.
interested in it. I just haven't gotten around to looking into it. That
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Look, Krista is on the show. She actually said, "So glad to meet you and your wife at Smiley's." Krista helped us out over there, helped us get all the stuff we needed to go, make sure that we got our gift cards. Krista, thank you so much for showing us around. You and Matt were freaking awesome. But you can go up there, talk to Krista or talk to Matt, and say, "Hey, so look, check it out." So and then just tell them who you are. Tell them we told you about it on the show, and they'll hook it up and they'll get you started. They'll let you do it right there in the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Matt told me he would always say, hey, every time his employees go on break, he'll walk up there and they're up there racing on
Racing.
iRacing
Yeah.
when they're on
That's what
break.
they do on their lunch break.
But it's
Yeah.
really neat because like the rig they have there, like everything is just like if you were in a race car, right? Like the
Yeah.
reaction to the steering wheel, the brakes, everything is just like if you were in a race car. And that'd be pretty good. My wife wanted to do it the other day, but she didn't. She was like, I didn't want to say anything because we were here doing this. But I'm like, you should have said something. Matt would have totally hooked it up for you.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you see, look, you can go, you can try out iRacing, you can get you some custom shoes fit, and
Right.
and make a whole day of it. And if you go on a Saturday, then you can just roll over to RPM Speedway, enjoy a race that we have over there, listen to me yak my head off on the loudspeaker all night, and enjoy some racing, and then head back on home.
Yeah. There you go.
Sounds like a great day to me.
See, it's all look. I'm all about racing. I love it, and like we always talk about it because I live in just outside of Rockwall, which is literally 15 minutes from a racetrack, but I drive an hour to work to another racetrack every week. So, I used to live in Forney, so it was a whole lot easier to
Easier.
get to Crandall
Yeah.
when I lived in Forney.
Yeah.
But you can't. It's a long road now from where
So
Yeah.
how far do you live from Cotton Bowl?
A good 45 minutes.
So not
And
bad.
then every other track. So I know it's Kennedale, RPM, Boyd. Actually, no, that's San Antonio. That's the opposite direction.
Yeah.
No, that's a lie. That's not the opposite direction. I forgot. what the name of that track is. But anyway, that's like a good 3 hours away from here. So it would be like a whole weekend, get a hotel type deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
for sure.
weekend racing vacation.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and you say, Dad, let's have a daddy-daughter weekend racing date.
Well, and the funny part about that is it's usually me and my mom every time. So we have done that before. I've been to, that's what it is, I-37. So me and my
There you go.
mom, we packed up the car and the trailer and we went to I-37. We raced, got a hotel, stayed the night. It was great. It was awesome. I loved it. And we did the same thing for Kennedale too. But we have family up there, so we didn't really have to get a hotel.
So road trips are a lot of fun, right? Even if they're not even racing, road trips are just fun. So I used to be a professional musician and I used to travel all over. So my wife and I, we were laughing the other day because we have a 4.5-year-old car that's just turned 100,000 miles, because and about 80,000 of that is just traveling around to do shows all over the country. And we're laughing because she surpassed my 12-year-old truck. I have a 12-year-old truck, and now she's got more miles on that.
Wow.
But I had to stop playing early. As a matter of fact, it was the whole weird deal. I had a stroke last year, and so getting back into the racing community was a lot of fun. I'm super excited about it, and I enjoy racing like a lot. And what was really funny to me is like the names change. I feel like some names don't change, right? And then you see all these other names, you get to learn them, and then you're like, wait, where'd they go? You know?
Right. Yeah.
So when I was working at Devil's Bowl and RPM before, I could tell you who was what in every car because I didn't memorize by the end of 2 seasons. And now I'm looking at a piece of paper, looking at it, I'm like, thank God for iPad and my race pass, bro. Good.
Right?
Yeah. My race pass. Whoa. Yeah.
My race pass has saved my ass because it's like I got everything up on the screen, like right in front of me the whole time. And that's kind of why we started this show, to get to talk to other people outside of the area, because we love talking to people who race. Like we've talked to people in Florida and Arkansas and Alabama and Colorado and Nebraska. Like we want to talk to everybody about dirt track racing. And then somebody actually just commented on here, Jason Baxter, I'm sorry, said talk about Northeast Georgia dirt tracks. Let's go, dude. We'll talk about it.
Right.
Because we love getting people on. So I'm going to ask you, like, are you a racing movie? Like, have you got a stack of racing movies that you've seen that you love, or the one that you watch that like, oh my God, I have to watch this again?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really watch movies that often. I go to work, I come home, and I go to bed because I gotta be up so early the next morning. But my parents introduced me to Talladega Nights. That's definitely a staple.
I want to go fast.
Anything other than that, though, not really.
Cars. You've seen Cars?
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah,
that's a racing movie. We just confirmed with Wally, our last guest, that the Cars is officially a racing movie.
It's a racing movie.
No, it definitely is. Yeah.
So there's those two. So we always go through. Look, when you have time, like if you're on a road trip, right? Look up Six Pack. It has the country singer Kenny Rogers in it, and it's got Diane Lane in it. Diane Lane had to have been 15, 16 years old when they made that movie. It was old.
Right.
But check out Six Pack, and you're gonna be like, next time you're on the show, you're gonna be like, guys, I watched Six Pack. Oh my God, it's awesome. Or Days of Thunder. Days of Thunder is also great with Tom Cruise. I mean, you know who Tom Cruise is. So you check out Days of Thunder. Man, where's some of the other racing movies? But look, I'm gonna tell you one never to check out. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's called Alabama Dirt. So I found it on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked to one of the track owners and promoters down in Milton, Florida, which is in the Florida Panhandle by Pensacola. And so there's like an hour within it. It's kind of like it is in Texas. There's dirt track racing everywhere. Alabama, Mississippi and all that. So I asked him about that movie because it is absolute trash. Like the race, like the plot is okay. But the race scenes, I was like, why does it look like they're just hot lap? Like they're just out there packing the track is how lame it looked.
Yeah.
And like the action sequences were basically pictures of their feet shifting gears. Like that's it. And I'm like, how the hell did you make a racing movie about
Right.
dirt track
Yeah.
racing?
Who directed
And that's all
this?
you
Because
got.
they need some help.
And so
Yeah.
he actually said that's all they did. They said, hey, just get out there, drive around the track, and we'll do what we need to do to film around it.
Nah,
I'm
it's
like,
bad.
yeah,
It's
it's
bad.
really bad. Don't
Yeah.
waste
So
time on it.
yeah, 6-pack. But you got to remember though, it was made in the early 80s,
80?
late 70s.
80,
So
81
you got to
maybe?
be prepared that it's a throwback. So it's an old
Okay.
movie, and there's another one called Stroker Ace. So
Yes.
it's old movie.
Yes.
It's an
That's
old
got
movie
Burt
too.
Reynolds. That's got Burt Reynolds in
And
it, so that's all you need to
But
know.
it's really funny. It's really comedy, and they're fun to watch. It'd be fun
They're
to watch with your
hilarious.
mom and dad. Yeah.
There's not
Yeah.
like a lot of great dirt track movies. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I need to write one and film one and edit one now because that's kind of what I do. But I just because after I seen Alabama Dirt, I'm like, this is the worst. Absolute movie. Did you go? But yeah, I see Lance was like, he's like, what is Will talking about? And he went and watched it.
It's a bad image for dirt track racing.
It
It's like,
really is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, with all the technology, right? Like
Mhm.
I could just go, if I really wanted to get racing action videos, I could just go to our friends, our partners that race on, right? I could call Chris and say, Chris, hey, check it out. So we're doing this. We're doing a dirt track movie and we want to use footage, of actual racing, and he'd be like, I'll send you a link and you could just use whatever you want.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be way
And
more
then-
impressive.
The drone too. I don't know if you've seen his work. He's super cool and very talented.
Yes.
I can't
Oh, I
remember
saw it in
his
your promo
name.
video. Yeah, the drone that
Yeah.
falls over your car the whole time. That's really
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah. That's cool.
I have a drone, but it's look right here. So I got this right here. I got to replace this on my drone. This is just the cable that works the gimbal on the camera. So I just hadn't done it yet. I'm lazy. I'm actually just kind of waiting for some money so I can just buy a new one. But don't tell my wife that. It's just, I just want the new one, the one that doesn't use your phone. Like this one is like it's a we call it DJI. It's a DJI
right.
Mavic Pro, but it's the
Yeah.
first Mavic Pro, right? So you still have to hook your phone into it. I want the one that comes with the remote with the stuff in it, and it's got the touch screen because I'm greedy and I like toys and
Fancy.
I'm
I mean, if
fine,
you're gonna
sir.
go for it, go all out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do it right,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
when what is your favorite track to race on? Clearly your home track, or do you like there are other tracks that you enjoy?
Yeah, so I've raced on probably only like 4. So Cotton Bowl, Boyd, I-37, and Kennedale. And when I raced I-37, or when I raced Kennedale and Boyd, it was my first season racing. And Kennedale, I would say I like better than Boyd because when I raced at Boyd, there were 39 cars, and they started us 3 wide, all one feature.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And I was shitting myself. Like I was nervous because, and it gets kind of redneck out there. Like they don't have tech. They don't
It's
have
dirt track
any-
racing, girl. It's always redneck.
Well, no, I'm talking about it was scary
bad.
up in there. But they started.
I
us
talk like
3
this right here,
wide.
like their lips never touch when they're talking like that right there.
Like they got stuff hanging off their car, and it's just like it's definitely a culture change too, like not in a bad way, but it's different because at Cotton Bowl, you have tech and like all these rules, all these like regulations and stuff that you have to meet, but up there you just pull up and drive. They don't care.
Yeah. Right.
And then I-37, I raced there probably, I think it was my second season. And it was okay. It's just very small and it's like a big circle. It's just like you're going in a circle all the time.
Circle, no straightaway.
It's got no yeah, exactly. And it's sketchy because there's like no wall on the back stretch. So it was a little I got ran off a little bit one time and I was like, oh, this is a little sketchy. But I mean, other than that, I really enjoy Cotton Bowl. They prep their track very well. They're fair about everything. It's a very welcoming environment and I love it.
That's good.
So right now, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You can see it on your screen, right? That we have your
Yes.
gear.
Yeah.
We have your gear all up here because we actually are also sponsored by Black Acid Racing Apparel. Which, if you need racing gear for your own whole team or just your family, head on over to blackacidapparel.com. You can search Gabby King, GAPI, if you want to know Gabby King, or you can just search and scroll. It's actually on the same page as the Dirt Talk Nation, but you can get her t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeve shirts, and the ball caps right there at Black Acid Racing Apparel. Great people over there. We love those guys. They're always super, super awesome. Did you how much of this gear do you actually have? Like you're like, this is your daily wear. Like how many racing shirts do you own?
So we just opened that store. So I have a hat, a shirt, and that's it. I don't have a whole lot right now, but I definitely plan on getting like everything because I'm definitely going to be rocking my own stuff for
So
sure.
look,
Well,
I'm going to share. I'm going to share our screen so you can see our store, right? So our store, we actually look. So it's election season, right? So we want everybody to know that you can vote for Riggs and Plant 24, and we want to make America race again.
Uh-huh.
Try it. Make a race again. It's $12 for a shirt. I mean, good Lord. And then, I mean, it wouldn't be complete without your Make America Race Again hat.
Y'all are creative. I love that.
I mean, got to be like, it's all good. And then of course, everything else is our logo shirts and they're really cool. And that yellow is bright as all get out. Hold on, where's that thing at? That is don't buy this if you work on cars. Like don't do that. Probably not that one. But our friends at Black Acid Racing Apparel, super, super cool people. So make sure that you check them out and check out Gabby Online King Racing on Facebook. Let me drop this. Boom, there it goes. Way better. So before we go, one of the things we like to do is non-racing talk. So Lance and I are breakfast cereal guys. Do you enjoy breakfast cereal?
Do I what?
Enjoy breakfast cereal.
I do. I don't often eat breakfast because I'm normally in a rush.
Trust me, you don't have to. Cereal is a dessert at my like. I will. Matter of fact, when I get off the air, I'm going to go freaking get a bowl of cereal because that's just how I roll. And
I do like cereal, but I don't like milk.
What the absolute hell?
But
girl?
I will eat cereal, but I will not drink milk.
Drink the milk? You're a
psycho.
psycho.
If you drink milk,
I don't either.
You drink milk straight.
You're a psycho.
You're weird.
You're a psycho. You're a psycho.
My milk goes in the drain. I just eat my cereal.
Dude, look.
My
so,
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
The milk is like a condiment to the cereal.
So, most post race meals happen at the Waffle House. Let's all be real about that, right?
Yeah.
I will order. Look, I'm a grown man. I am 50 and I have 2 grown kids, and I promise you, at Waffle House, I will order a large chocolate milk, bro, and I am not ashamed to drink chocolate milk. I do not care. So
chocolate milk is an exception, though. Regular milk is different.
No,
so milk.
No
so what you're saying is milk is the accessory to the chocolate.
Yes.
Is that how that? Okay, I got you.
Right.
So I made my top 5 breakfast cereals list. These are the 5 that when I go to the store to buy groceries, these are the cereals that are coming home with me. What is your top 5?
Man, I don't think I eat cereal enough for this.
What about your number 1? Like if you're like, that's my favorite cereal of all time. What's your number 1?
Okay, y'all are probably gonna hate on me, but as a kid, I would get.
If you say grape nuts, I'm gonna freaking kick you right up. Okay. Look, I actually have some Rice Krispies in there right now. I was just eating them the other day. Snap, crackle, and pop. They're talking to me. I was going to say, if you said grape nuts, I was going to kick you right out of this show.
I don't even know what that is, and I don't think
it's gravel. It's gravel that somebody posed as cereal, and it's horrible. Never, ever eat grape nuts. It's
all right, Will. What's your number 1, Will?
My number 1 is something I discovered this past year. It's called s'mores. It is a combination of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cocoa Puffs, and marshmallows.
I do like Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Captain Crunch. That's good too.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is my number 1.
So my number 2, hold on, I got to get over here. It's dark now. My number 2 is Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, I completely
Oh,
forgot about
yeah.
that. That would have been my number one for
Yeah,
sure.
man, Fruity Pebbles
Yeah.
all day.
Oh,
Uh,
Fruity Pebbles. Yeah.
Number 3, give me old school Frosted Flakes. Tony the Tiger, though. I know off-brand stuff. It's got to be Tony the Tiger Frosted Flakes.
Gotta be Tony the Tiger.
My number 4 is Cocoa Puffs because it's chocolate and Cocoa Puffs are amazing. And then the milk after is chocolate milk. So
You
it
drink
meets
it,
all
don't
your
you?
it meets all your criteria, Gabby. It meets all
Yeah.
your
That's true.
Right.
And number
Yeah.
5 is going to sound so old man of me, but number 5 is Honey Nut Cheerios. It is so good.
I thought
I
you were
love
going to
Honey
hit
Nut
us with the Raisin Bran.
No, the 2 scoops? Hell no. I'm like your brand is like your cereal's so horrible
You
that
said
you had to
old
put
school, so
raisins in it.
I thought you were going to hit us with the Raisin Bran.
Hell no. No, I'm not no Raisin Bran, no grape nuts. I felt like Wheaties is also trash. They tried to, when we were kids, they was like, hey, you want to grow up and be a professional athlete? Eat Wheaties. And I'm like, horse shit. Those guys never eat Wheaties. I promise you they don't. They're eating like 17 eggs and stuff for breakfast.
Yeah.
They're not eating Wheaties. I promise you it's not something they're eating.
Yeah.
Matt says Frosted Mini Wheats are my way to go. Frosted Mini Wheats are good, man. They're good. It's like not the shredded wheat. Like that just like hay. I think it's just hay that they put in a package and you put it in a bowl. Like, because there's not enough milk in the world that's going to make that taste good. Like, I'm like, I'm going to put this big biscuit. It's like this, right? It's like a big, hold on. There we go. It's like a big biscuit of hay that's about that fat and about that long. And then you had to put like 16 cups of sugar on top of it to make it even edible. And then you pour the milk on and you have to let the milk sit on it for a good 20 minutes.
Wow.
Soggy cereal or crunchy cereal? Like, do you let it sit in the milk for a minute?
I say in between. Soggy is a no-go.
I don't know, man. Fruity Pebbles get soggy pretty quick, and it's still pretty good.
That's true. That's the exception, I would say. But, like, if you're eating, like, cornflakes and it's soggy.
Yeah.
No. Don't like that.
Yeah.
I have a really, see, Tom Lorenz, he's like frosted cornflakes, which is frosted flakes.
Yeah.
I mean, cornflakes just calls them frosted cornflakes because it's a different brand. It's Post, not Kellogg's. But look at me knowing my cereal brands and stuff. It's so weird.
But my pick for after races is definitely Whataburger breakfast.
Man, look, you can never go wrong with the potato, egg, and cheese taquito, man. They are awesome.
Man,
Matt, Lucky Charms. Hey, man, Lucky Charms, honorable mention. I do like some marshmallows, but that's why.
Oh, yeah, Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms is good. Captain Crunch is on my honorable mention as well. I have some of those in there right now. I love Captain Crunch. And then forget what else. Oh, my weird one because you always had to put sugar on it is Rice Chex. I don't know why I like them. Remember when he was a kid, Mikey, he tried it. He likes it. Remember those commercials, Lance?
Oh,
Gabby won't because those were long before she was born, probably, but still. But everybody's chiming in like Cheerios, Oat Crunch Almond. My wife likes the Honey Bunches of Oats. That's another popular cereal. I'm about the sugar cereals, and I asked my wife, not regular Cheerios. It's got to be Honey Nut, dude. Regular Cheerios just taste like.
Nobody say anything about Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops. Look, are they different flavors or are they all the same flavor? That's what I want to know.
Oh man, I don't know.
I think they're all the same.
I feel like they're all the same, right? Like they're all different colors, but I feel like they're all different. They're the same flavor. Like it's not like it's cherry and lime and blueberry. It's just different colored that taste the same. And I don't even know what fruit that's supposed to be. So that's weird. So,
it is weird.
I don't know what flavor it's supposed to be, but they're good. They're good.
Yeah, they're good.
So Gabby, thank you so much for jumping on the show. We appreciate you coming on. We'll have to have you on again before the season is over. But we're gonna need you to make a full on list of racing movies that you've been able to watch between now and then.
I will report back to you guys with the
report
full
back to. We're gonna have a book report on Six Pack at least.
Yeah,
so we'll do that. But you guys go check her out.
Also, we didn't do this. Yeah, we didn't do this with Wally, but I think we need to do this for everybody that we bring on, is especially racers, to list your sponsors who helps you.
Oh
to get that recognition out for them. We reach a lot of people, and it's a great opportunity, a great platform to highlight your sponsors and the people that help you.
Yeah. So Triple H Towing, Leal's Tires. You know,
Put you
I'm
on the
just
spot.
being honest. On the front stretch, I just read my car. That's
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just that's what I do.
I just read them off the car.
But
yeah.
so Finsky Sand and Gravel, Wiseman Builds, Pro Refrigeration, the Glosson family, which is a family that's close to my family, and Club Registration.
Very
That's that.
nice.
And mom
And
and dad.
guys, if you are factory stock drivers and you have some help that you can provide Gabby, man, let her know. Go to King Racing on Facebook, like her page, and then go buy some of her gear, man. It's some pretty sharp gear over at Black Acid Racing Apparel. And while you're there, pick up some, pick up the Riggs Plant 2024 Make America Race Again shirts, man. We'd appreciate that, and we want to see you guys wearing them out at the racetrack. That's always fun. But Gabby,
Yeah.
we'll get back with you before the racing season is over, which is only a couple of months away. But we'll definitely get you back on the show to talk more about racing and get that book report on Six Pack the next time you're in.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
You got it, Gabby. Thank you
Thanks,
so much
Gabby.
for coming on with us, doll. We'll talk to you soon, okay? You got it. There she goes, y'all. Gabby King. You guys check her out. She's racing most Saturday nights at Cotton Bowl Speedway.
Yeah, that's cool to get the young racers on to get them some recognition. They need
Absolutely, man. And it's a lot of fun to talk to new people. And everybody's like Jerry Nichols says after the races, Jack in the Box, 2 tacos, egg roll, 3 stuffed jalapenos, breakfast of racers, and a partridge in a pear tree, evidently. And see, Tom Lorenz was like, he's like, life is great. Life cereal is awesome. Mikey likes it. So I like the checks. I don't know why I like the rice checks, and it's almost like Rice Checks and Rice Krispies are literally the same cereal, just in different shapes, right? Still got to put sugar on it and still tastes delicious. So it's always good stuff.
I have y'all you're gonna hate on me because I have one of my favorites is Raisin Bran Crunch. So I know I'm getting old. I don't know, but I do have I do have Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That is my favorite.
Look, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is at Walmart on the cereal aisle. Go to where the bag cereals are.
Yeah.
And find the s'mores cereal.
Okay.
I promise you will never buy anything else again. It is literally
cereal.
s'mores. It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch mixed with Cocoa Puffs and marshmallows. Okay. Like, how can you go wrong, dude? It's awesome. So I'm trying to pull up this report.
I'll give you a report next time we're on.
Dude, it's free. I'm telling you, you're gonna be like, all right, write this down, babe. I need you to go get these on. They're on the cereal aisle, and depending on which, I forget. You're in Canton, right? So I don't know. I don't know where it is at the Walmart in Canton. So I've never been there.
Yeah,
but it's there. It's there on the cereal aisle. Wherever the bags are, you'll find it. It says s'mores.
So, are you name brand cereal or are you off brand cereal?
Depends on the cereal. You can't get off brand Captain Crunch, dude. Can't get off brand Captain Crunch.
It don't taste the same.
No. I'm also not an off brand peanut butter either. If it's not Jif, I'm not. Don't put it in. I'm out on that. I don't. There are certain breads I don't like. Like I know Wonder Bread was a big thing when we were kids. I'm not a big Wonder Bread fan, man. I'm a Sunbeam or Mrs. Baird's. We buy Sunbeam.
Me and my wife had an argument about this last night. We had hamburgers, and she's like, "Why are these hamburger buns falling apart?" I'm like, "Because they're off brand. We didn't have Mrs. Baird's bread." I'm a Baird's bread.
Bear. Oh, look, I'm a Ballpark bun guy though. Ballpark buns, yeah. Ballpark buns for burgers or hot dogs, they're the bomb, diggity. Oh, okay. Katie always gets these fancy brioche something or another's. The problem, they're good, but the problem is they're only 6 in a package. Well, I'm like, well, freaking hot dogs come 8 in a package, so somebody's doing without a bun here. Like I don't,
right? Yeah, right.
But guys, we'll be back. Oh, hold on. We got to do the drawing. Hold on. Run.
Yeah, you got to do the drawing. Yep. We need to have my wife on sometime, so she can,
talk about how annoyed she is with you and racing.
Yeah. Same like, I watched Dale Jr.'s podcast, Dirty Mo Media.
Right.
And he had Amy on yesterday, and it is so funny that both of them are on. It's pretty hilarious.
Hold on, I got to pull this up here.
All right. Who's the drawing? So how do you enter the drawing? I've had
So
quite a few people
there's
ask me.
There's a website that I'm going to now. I've got to go find it.
Okay.
So basically what it is like you go to, and I got to go on our page real quick to go to the page of our stream. And then I got to go to our, where it is. Here it is. I just got to make sure it's turned off though. There we go. Okay. So I have to go here. Come on now. Oh, I got to copy the link. Come on.
I see a lot of comments. People love Gabby. That's cool.
Yeah, man. She seems like she's probably a pretty good, good grief.
Looks like she's got a lot of good support. So that's awesome. She probably has a bright future of her racing. So that's pretty cool.
All right. So
if anybody has any parts for a stock car, factory.
Yeah.
Something like,
factory stock.
I don't know exactly what she's running or anything like that, but if any of you guys can help her, man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. All right, I'm trying to get this thing to. Come on. Dude, there's like some of these, they're just horrible. Comment picker. Come on, Facebook comment picker. No, I don't want to do that either.
Technical difficulties.
Well, the website is like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Here we go. Let's do this. I think it's this one. I think it's it's a weird deal, man. It's so some of them work right, some of them don't. And
so whoever shares the page, how do people enter the drawing for the gift card?
So you got to share and like and comment and share the page. Like we had a bunch of shares and a bunch of comments. And I'm trying to get it. What's up, Sean? Sean Monk. I've known him for quite some time outside of racing, actually, back from my pro wrestling days. Not as a wrestler, but as a promoter. But it's always fun. Come on, get in there. Some of them connect. You got to do your connect to Facebook, and I'm like, my Facebook's been logged in for like a year, so I got to think of what the damn password is. Oh, I know what it is. Yeah.
Can't believe we're almost been on 2 hours.
Well, it seems like that's what our show has been doing lately because everybody's logging in, everybody's commenting and having a good time, and we appreciate that. And this thing is not working. So let me run this again.
Yeah, the more you share, the more we can reach people. So
yeah, the more people we can reach. So it's been pretty cool.
That's what it's all about.
Good grief. Tom says, just pick me. That would be weird.
That would
be like, Tom, you won gift certificate to your own stuff.
Yeah. I'm exempt too. We're exempt, so we don't win.
Yeah, we don't win anything. We don't win anything at all. And I'm like trying to get on here and good grief almighty. This thing does not want to cooperate. Oh, I think it's because the video is live, so I have to get off the air before I can spin the wheel.
Well, maybe you get everything together, and then we can post a winner here in a minute.
Yeah, I'll post a winner here shortly. I'll do it on the page, and then I'll inbox whoever it is from the Dirt Talk Nation page. So be looking in your inbox, and if you win, we'll tag you if it'll let us tag you, and then if not, we'll just it won't let you do it on live videos. That's the thing. Yeah. So it worked on two of them. And one of them finally said, you can't do this on a live video. Yeah. Because we're streaming. We're actually streaming on Race On right now. I'm doing it on my personal page. We're doing it on the Dirt Talk Nation Facebook page, the Dirt Talk Nation YouTube page, FanStream Sports. I'm even got it on my Twitter and my Instagram as well. So
that's awesome.
People watching from all over, and so we're really appreciative of that. Let's do this one more time right here before we get out the door. Let's go over here to Brand and thank our good friends at Smiley's Racing.
Smiley's Racing and Hoosier Tire Southwest has been serving the race community since 1968, and with 5 retail locations located in Kennedale, Sherman, Houston, Oklahoma City, and our main showroom in Mesquite, Texas, we're here to serve you 6 days a week. We also offer trackside service at select events. Come in and check out our unmatched selection of fittings in billet aluminum, in silver, atonized blue, and the murdered out black. We can help you find the right fitting for the right application. With over 300 years of combined racing experience and knowledge, our staff can help you find what you need when you need it. We sell all parts for all forms of racing, including tires, wheels, car parts, bodies, seats, fuel, tools, and more. Come in and check out our large selection of safety equipment, and we'll custom fit you to the right suit for you and even show you how to care for your equipment. Our entire inventory is on our huge showroom floor so that you can see it before you buy it. Can't make it out to one of our stores? No problem. Shop 24/7 at Smiley'sRacing.com. That's Smiley'sRacing.com. Smiley's Racing, proud sponsor of the Dirt Talk Nation.
So we do want to thank our friends at Smiley's Racing and Tom Lorenz and his whole
Thanks,
crew
Tom.
over there, and
For sure.
yeah, for helping us out and doing our interactive. I think that we're going to run this show, like, even though at RPM they only run a few more shows and then other tracks go through a little deeper, we're probably going to run this show right up to about the end of October. Because there's going to be a lot of racing going on and specialty races in the fall, which are really, really cool, and memorial races and everything like that. But definitely join us live Saturday. We'll be live from RPM Speedway for Race Day Live as we got Trenton Tire. He drives the A-Class 600. He's out of Tyler, Texas. He'll be joining us on the show on Saturday, live from the announce booth of RPM Speedway, but it is live through the PA system as well, so everybody can hear us. So we have to not say words like shit and ass and stuff like that, Lance. So prepare your language for the next couple of days.
Yeah, I won't be drinking, so I'll be good.
I hope not. You're racing that now.
Right? Yeah. After the races.
But we will be back again next Thursday night. Lance won't be with me, so I got to find a guest host, and I guess somebody be texting Billy as soon as I get off the air here tonight to see if he wants to come guest host with me next week until you can get home and jump in with us, and then we'll just have a good old time with it. You guys, thank you so much for joining the show. We'll be back with you next week right here in the Dirt Talk Nation.